Welcome back to Designsmith. In this video, I'm going to be redesigning some Shoegaze album covers as Bauhaus designs. Before we get started, please subscribe to support the channel. Alright, well I typically choose at random the album covers that I'm going to be redesigning, and I'm feeling very orange today, so we're going to be designing Just for a Day by Slowdive, Isn't Anything by My Bloody Valentine, and Raise by Swerve Driver. Alright, so the first thing I want to do in each one of these is to set the background color. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and I'm going to make this one mostly orange. I think we'll do like this kind of darker shade of orange here. And I'm going to copy like this lighter beige type of color here. And then for this one, we've got this really dark blue, and we can contrast that very well with orange. All right, so far the backgrounds of this are looking really nice. So let's go ahead and lay down some type right here. And for Slowdive, I'm going to use the font Ross, and I'll use the quadratic variation here. And I think that I'll color drop this lighter orange right here. That is looking very nice. And now let's go in and kern this. All right, that's looking nice. I'm really happy with the kerning on that. And I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna kind of mimic this curve that's going on right here. There's a slight curve with this skirt that's going on. And for now, I'm gonna move this over here. We're gonna grab our ellipse tool. I'm gonna swap over to a stroke right there. And I'm just gonna bring this up like this. Maybe I'll do something exact like 8 inches and then 3 inches. And let's go ahead and copy this type. I'm going to go over here to my type on a path tool and click on this, and we'll center it and then rotate it. And I might just kind of bring it over to where it's off center, just like that. We've got some really cool movement already here. All right, I'm happy with that. So we're going to go up here to Object, Expand, and expand the object and the fill. Hit OK. And now this type is no longer editable, but I can center it exactly the way that I want to. And let's take a look at the album cover itself and see if we can find any basic geometric shapes. So I see an oval, so we'll lay down an oval, just like we did when we did this type right here. And I'll set this to 3 inches so we can kind of follow the contour of that path that we've got right there. Now I'll move it over this way by -1 inch, and we'll set our reference point to the bottom right, so that way we can kind of enlarge this. This definitely has like a Y2K vibe going on here, especially with those oranges. Now I'm going to move this down all the way to the bottom, and then we'll back it off by 1 inch. Now let's go ahead and duplicate this, and we'll type in Just for a Day. Now we'll kern this, and we'll just kind of set it to optical as a starting point. And I want to keep that same movement going that we've got down here. So I'm going to copy this oval and hit paste in front. And now hold down my type and type on a path tool there and click on this path. And now I'll copy the Just for a Day. And now double click all of this again and paste that in there. And we'll divide this by 2 and we'll change it to this darker orange. Now I'm going to drag this over here and we'll just grab the type and swap it to the inside. And I think I'll move it over to this side to kind of balance that out a little bit. And now we'll use our baseline shift to bring it up on the inside of that oval. And I think I'll align this side of this right here to that. Let's move this out of the way. And we need something kind of in this top area right here. And I'm seeing some triangles just kind of right here. And here's kind of another angle type of thing. So I think that I'll add in like a little row of minimalist triangles up here. So we're going to go to our star tool, click on that, and then click on our artboard. Make sure that our points are set to 3, hit OK, and we can delete that one, and then hold down Shift to create a new one. And let's set the size of these to 1 inch. And I think that I'll color drop on this black right here. This whole thing is giving me a Reese's vibe. All right, now let's do like a pattern type of thing. I'm going to rotate these triangles. We're going to butt it up right next to that. I think that I'll only go up to about that point, and I'll do 3 rows of that. All right, I think I'm actually pretty happy with this. I could see this fitting easily next to their album Pygmalion. All right, so that's pretty cool, and now let's go over here to My Bloody Valentine, and we'll do Isn't Anything here. All right, we're gonna copy this type over here, and this time I'm gonna use the rectangular variant of this font. And let's type out Isn't Anything here, and I'll go in here and kern it. All right, and now I'll move this down here, and let's color drop like this brown color. I may want to do something a little bit on the darker side. So let's do something like that. That looks good. All right, let's put these on 3 different lines. All right, since we've got 4 heads that are showing on this cover here, here's the 4th one back here. It's really hard to see. I'm gonna do 4 circles, and let's make each one of them 2.5 inches. And let's bring them inside on a 1 inch margin. For now, let's move the type down here. We'll come back to that later. And now I'd like to do somewhat of a random-ish arrangement here. Actually, let's bring this up here, and we'll bring this up to about the 3-inch mark there. Now we'll size this down, and we'll align it with that bottom circle, and then with this circle right here on the left. And I think I may mimic the same thing here. I'll just do 2 lines, and I'm gonna use my eyedropper and click on this type, and it will match that sizing right there. And now we'll align this with the bottom, and this with the right side. And I'll move this circle over a little bit to the left. And let's change up the colors on these just a little bit. We'll just kind of go like a lighter brown right here. We'll color drop right here in this area like a lighter brown. And then for the last one, we'll do like a really super light and still make sure that it has contrast. All right, and since we've got the heads at different sizes here, let's do the same thing with the circles. So we'll add 1 inch here. We'll leave this one at 2.5 inches. Let's set the anchor point of this one, and we'll go up to 3 inches. And then this one right here, we'll take it down to 2 inches. And let's move this one down just a little bit, maybe by 1/2 inch, and then over by 1/4 inch. Okay, now let's go over here to Swerve Driver's Raise. And just like the slow dive one, we have this oval going on right here, but it does have this little bulge that's happening. So it might be interesting to do something like that. So what if we went directly from the center right here? And let's color drop this yellow. And we're gonna go over here to our width tool and go over here to the path and just kind of bulge this out a little bit. And it's nice and simple, and it gives it some cool dimension. All right, what we're gonna do to make this fit inside of here is we're gonna hit Command X, and then we're gonna select this blue layer, go over here to the bottom right where it says Draw Inside, and click on that, and now we're gonna paste. So that's gonna keep it inside of the bounding box without having to do a clipping mask. And now we'll make the size here just a little bit more exact. Now we can go back to our Draw Normal here, and we'll do something a little bit on the creative side with the title. And I'm gonna go with a different font here. And I think I'm pronouncing this correctly. I think this font is called Joshmi. It's an Adobe font, and it's in their Bauhaus category. All right, I think I'm gonna color drop this same yellow right here. And I wanna turn just those first 2 letters because they're a little bit too far apart for my taste. Everything else looks good. So now what we'll do is select the first letter right there, and we're gonna bring it up by 20 points. And then the next one we'll bring up by 40 points, and then 60, and then 80. So you get it, the type is raising. And then we're gonna do Swerve Driver here, and we'll adjust the sizing on this here in just a second. I actually kind of like the idea of the raise kind of going underneath here, and Swerve Driver maybe being a little bit larger, like 100 points. I think that looks good. And then for the background, I think we'll do something a little bit different. We've got a cool combination of these blues that kind of go inward towards this brighter yellow here. So I think that we'll do that exact same thing. And what we'll do is lay down a circle here. And I'm gonna hit copy and paste in front. And we're gonna bring this all the way down to about 3 inches. And we'll color drop like a lighter yellow color here. And then we'll select both of these, and we're gonna go to our blend tool. Let's double click on blend, go to specified steps. And we're gonna bring this down to a much simpler version. So maybe something like 5, and we'll hit okay. And now let's bring this into this artboard here, and we'll go into this clip group and paste it. Let's align it, and let's make it to where it's going behind that little yellow beam there. And now let's color drop Swerve Driver, and that's sitting on top of there now. And I'm pretty happy with that. All right, so here are those 3 albums that we created cool Bauhaus layouts for. If you like this video, please leave a like and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.